Our next guests are all about confronting difficult subjects through dialogue, especially on the topic of anti-Semitism. It comes up a lot recently in light of campus protests against the war in Gaza, which have sparked a debate over whether it's anti-Semitic to criticize the policies of the Israeli government. Now, former NFL linebacker Emmanuel Acho and actor Noa Tishby have a new book, Uncomfortable Conversations with the Jew, which aims to get people talking openly, even if it's not easy. Emmanuel Acho, Noa Tishby, hey, what's up? Good morning.
Good to see y'all. Good to see you.
It's good to have you on first on CBS Mornings, as we love it when that happens here on the show. Emmanuel, I'll start with you. You have had these uncomfortable conversations about race, police brutality, even abortion. What made you want to discuss Judaism?
For me, it's simple. I feel like justice won't be served until those that are unaffected are as outraged as those that are affected. And so, though I am not a Jew, though I'm not a Jewish person, I said, what would happen? How much more powerful would we collectively be as a society if rather than black people simply fighting for black people, women fighting for women, Jewish people fighting for Jewish people, we collectively fought together against hate, against oppression, against anti-Semitism. And for me, you can't empathize with somebody if you're not educated on what breaks their heart. So that was really my impetus for all of it, is let me learn what breaks my Jewish brothers and sisters' hearts so that I can empathize with them and fight alongside them.
And you saw Noa online.
I did.
After October 7th, and you reached out to her.
I reached out to her 2 years before October 7th.
Oh, to have this conversation.
Yes, this project was not a project based upon October 7th. It was a project based upon anti-Semitism. Noa just continued to speak and continued to lead and continued to be a galvanizer in the community.
Emmanuel actually reached out to me over a year and a half before October 7th because he noticed the rise in anti-Semitism, which I really want to commend him for that, because a lot of people from outside the Jewish community did not notice that. So we started working on it way before, and then obviously October 7th happened and October 8th, and it became a lot more urgent.
You said anti-Semitism is not a straightforward brand of hate. It's both looking up and looking down.
Yeah.
What did you mean?
So what I mean by that is that anti-Semitism not as simple as racism. So when you're racist towards somebody else, you think that you're better than them and you think that they're lower than you. Anti-Semitism is a shape-shifting conspiracy theory. So every few generations, it changes into something different. And it can look like, oh, the Jews are the vermin of the earth, they're lower, they're scum, they're like terrible race, which is what the Nazis were saying. But it can also sound like the Jews are controlling the banks, they're controlling the media. The Jews have this conspiratorial power that's mythological power, really, that's also have been historically caused a lot of bloodshed.
Well, you said don't call it power, you said call it positions of power. And Emmanuel, you objected to that.
Yeah, the beauty of the book, Nate, the beauty of the book, Gayle, there's tension. There's real tension
there. Is tension.
I said, wait a second. When I was,
you can read it in the writing.
No doubt about it. When I was drafted to the Cleveland Browns, I said, Noah, the owner was a Jewish man. When I was traded to the Philadelphia Eagles, the owner was a Jewish man. When I left the NFL, my agent was a Jewish woman. I left that agent. My other agent was a Jewish man. Jewish people have held the title of owner, agent, general manager in my life.
Positions of power.
Positions of power. But Noah brilliantly educated me into say that usually and historically, when you say that Jewish people are in power, that means we need to do whatever it takes to get them out of power, i.e. the Holocaust. And so the tension in this book and in that conversation was really
amazing. And we put it in. And there's nothing anti-Semitic in saying that Jews are overrepresented in various fields or over-contribute in various fields. But when you move to the Jews control, blah, 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 that's when you move into the conspiratorial aspect of anti-Semitism.
Emmanuel, I want to... Yeah, absolutely. And Emmanuel, I want to pick up on something you said earlier about, black people shouldn't only be stepping up for black people, Jews only for Jews. A lot of Jews post October 7th said, hey, we've been working on behalf of black people since the 1960s. We got dead bodies in berms in the South. We've had rabbis marching with MLK. And now here we are post 10/7. No one's coming to defend us. What happened?
I believe it's a lack of education. I also believe we've lowered things in America, particularly to the lowest common denominator. Jewish people are white. And in America present day, black people and white people, the tension is at an all-time high, at least as it's photographed and publicized on video, on the news, etc. So if you just assume Jewish people are white, which is both inaccurate and to a large degree incorrect, then you group them into all things that are white. And if black people in America are conditioned to not like white people based upon news, etc., and Jewish people are white, then Jewish people have become the enemy. So I asked Noah quite literally in a chapter, I said, are Jewish people white? Like, let's talk about
And I
that.
went, huh? Yeah. I even wrote in my notes, huh?
We go everywhere. We talk
go
Jewish
everywhere.
people, white.
Yes.
What about anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism? Did the Jews kill Jesus? There's nothing that's off the table.
And is it possible to disagree with a Jewish person not be anti-Semitic? That was a question you asked. I also, the word Jew, because I still sort of... Because I was always told,
I always say it. They always say Jewish people, and I'm like, you could say Jew.
Can you? I mean,
Yes.
according to this book, you say every Jew Jews differently.
Yes.
You said with respect to our patron saints, Adam Sandler and Barbra Streisand, we're not monolithic. That was your word.
Yes.
But you said it's okay to say.
Yes, it's okay to say. The reason that we have a reaction to the word Jew is because it has been used as a slur for so many years. So it has been used as something negative. And when we were coming up with the name, I was like, I want to reclaim that word. There's nothing wrong with being a Jew. So I'm like, yeah, I'm a Jew.
For
and I'm
clarity, I did not want to call it uncomfortable conversations with a Jew. I said uncomfortable conversations with a Jewish person. She said it's okay to say Jew.
Well, I wish we had more time. Thank you so much for joining us, Emmanuel
Very important
Acho and Noa
conversation.
Tishby.
Thank you.
Uncomfortable Conversations with the Jew is on sale today.